Finishing up the concrete out front. All right, this video, we are going to finish the house survey. I have to. I don't know if I'm gonna finish it today, but we'll finish it in this video. So I mostly just have this end of town left to do, Clay Hole, and then all the southern streets, and then a little bit on like what I would call like the Water Street corridor. Start with Clay Hole. I've asked a couple firemen. I still don't understand how they get fire trucks down these streets. It feels unsafe. They have assured me that a fire truck can make it down there. But here's the big improvement in Clay Hole, or on this part at least. Doesn't look like much, but there used to be a house here. From my understanding, the borough actually owned it, and they did finally tear it down. So that's one way to accomplish the goal, I guess. There's one. Looks like they did paint and new shutters. I don't know what it is. I like the dark color schemes on houses. I'm not sure why, but I like the paint colors I'm seeing this year. A couple little changes in Clay Hole, but not too much changed overall. It's a difficult situation in there because a lot of the things that don't look like a normal residential street are not houses. A lot of it is like the old cement work and old streets and that kind of stuff. That's basically impossible for a resident to actually fix. So it's more of a borough issue, and it's a tricky one because what do you do with the streets being that narrow and all that kind of stuff? So I don't know. If you guys have any ideas on what we could do to improve Clay Hole in that way, like from a borough perspective, I think that'd be an interesting conversation to see if we could come up with some creative solutions to, like, I don't know, make the sight lines a little bit different in that neighborhood. Got all the new snowflakes up in the park now. Very cool. Now to the Water Street corridor, you have, it's a really interesting area of town as well. You have what could rightly be called mansions along Water Street, and then you have, as you go further down, there are some streets that have obviously had some serious economic impact in a negative way, and so it's very interesting to drive down Water Street, and when you go down some of these side streets, it feels like you entered two different worlds. It's just very interesting to me. Not much change in these areas to speak of, and it's kind of an interesting thing because it's kind of proving one of the theories that we've had about this for a while. I always said that the biggest change doesn't normally happen through Summer of Serve or through habitat projects, but they do happen around those projects. And so it's interesting how if we go in and if we work on one house that maybe needs a lot of help, and if we can just improve it a little bit, the houses around it start to improve. And some of these streets where we've never done a Summer Serve project, or that I'm not aware that we've ever done a habitat project, it's interesting how those areas are the least changed over time. But then you have streets like Wilson Avenue, which is probably the most improved street both this year and last year, and a street like that where we've done a lot of Summer Serve projects and where Habitat's done a ton of work as well. And so it's pretty interesting to see how that works, even though most of the change on Wilson Avenue is probably not from Summer Serve or Habitat, it's from the homeowners. So I think that gives us a pretty good indication of where we should shift our focus to in future years. You know, we should go to some of these areas that we haven't touched at all and at least start something a little bit there, and then see if the other areas continue to improve organically after that. Big improvement on Rebecca. It's another one of those metal siding houses. I still maintain, if you'd have asked me if I would have liked that look, I would have said, no, that would be terrible, but it looks good. It's so weird to me. Another one getting all new siding right now. And this one's looking brand new too. Must be the same owner. They must be doing some serious work. Hey, here's two done right in a row. Gotta love to see that. Kind of wish this job was in the summer because then I could probably do it in one day. I'd just stay out all night. I could be out till 9 o'clock, but here we are. It's 4:30. It's getting dark. All right, down to just 2 streets left. Very exciting. This house on the corner has a pretty cool story. This guy Jonathan's been fixing it up over the past few years, and he's actually restoring it back to original. And I think you look it up, it's Meredith House on Facebook. And so you can go follow him there, and you can see all the little projects that he does. And it's, like I said, it's really neat. And it's kind of cool to see someone restoring a historical house in Kittanning. So yeah, go check out Jonathan. And the house is looking good. I know he's planning on painting it soon, and that'll be like one of the final pieces for the outside to be actually like complete. And right down the street, got a brand new awning. These are the little things you just don't notice happening until like you go and look, and then all of a sudden, hey, that's different than it was last year. All right, I was discouraged at the beginning, just like last time, and I'm encouraged now that we're at the end. Now the one right across the street was completely finished as well, so that's 3 in a row to finish this street. And then maybe that's back to the theory though. You know, you had Jonathan who took this house and he's restoring it, and you can see the tangible work that's being done over time. And then lo and behold, all the neighbor houses start to improve too. And it's, I don't know, there's something to that. There's something about community in this story that is underrated. Okay, 2 other improvements on Jefferson, and that's a wrap, my friends. I'll crunch all the numbers for like a final wrap-up video like we did last year, but I'll at least give you the total numbers of improved houses at the end of this one. But first, got to meet my kids. We're gonna ride on the float. We got the light up night parade. No real light up night this year, but we still have a parade, right? Check out the office at night here. Tina and Rob did such a good job. All lit up for light up night. Unfortunately, it was only good enough for second place. Yep, we lost again. We weren't able to harvest ballots quite as fast as John Graff's office. As hard as Tina tried. She got kicked off Facebook like 7 times, but still wasn't enough. They were too good for us. Hey, you guys ready to ride on the float? Yeah, excited? Here's the Living Water float. Stepping up their game this year. Maybe we'll win the float contest, you know, in replacement of the window decorating. Lots more floats here now. The fire truck all lit up. Got the band going. Pretty awesome. Parades through the whole city this year, so give you the highlights.
Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas!
Those of you that hung out to the end of the video for the final numbers of this year's survey, it's pretty good numbers. 51 total improved houses and only 3 had new noticeable damage, so that's a big improvement. I'll have the full details about what that means for Kittanning in the next video, and can't wait to see you then.